Watch 39 News tonight at 6. This is home. 39 News starts right now.
Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Harriet Wallace in for Scott Beadle. In a global celebration of International Women's Day, one organization chose to honor women-led nonprofits right here in West Tennessee. Our Brianna Hardiman reports that 100 Women Who Care West Tennessee also plan to give some financial awards to help those nonprofits. Brianna, this is a really big deal for some women.
100 Women Who Care hosted their first annual awards luncheon at First United Methodist Church Friday afternoon.
100 Women Who Care is all about empowering women to make an impact locally. So we chose to have our event on International Women's Day to recognize the women for their contributions and just a way to give back and celebrate all the good things they're doing in our community.
100 Women Who Care started accepting proposals from nonprofits in January. They received a total of 27 proposals, and only the top 6 proposals advanced. During the luncheon, those 6 finalists were given 5 minutes to pitch their mission and program to members.
After all organizations have presented, our members will vote for one winner in each category. So the small organization with the most votes will receive $5,000, and the large organization with the most votes will receive $10,000.
After votes were tallied, All Saints Anglican Church and A Step Ahead of West Tennessee were both awarded grants. All Saints Anglican Church will use the $10,000 grant for a community diaper bank to provide diapers for low-income families, while the A Step Ahead program will use their $5,000 grant to provide laptops for young women looking to enroll in college.
I could feel the people in the room resonated with what I was saying because a lot of them have had to diaper their own children, and so women understand the difficulty of parenting young children in today's world, and so it's a real honor to be able to do that based on the votes of other women.
I'm overjoyed on today, especially since it's Women's Day. I'm overjoyed that we were able to receive this great award.
100 Women Who Care is an initiative of the Community Foundation of West Tennessee. If you would like to learn more about the organization, you can visit the link on your screen. Brianna Hardiman, 39 News, Jackson.
The city of Jackson recognizing some very special women for their contributions to the community. Our Mecca Jarman went to City Hall to learn about the impact these women have made. Mecca.
It's Women's History Month and International Women's Day. In celebration, the city of Jackson held an event to honor some of its women. 31 women were recognized this Friday at the 2024 Influential Women of Jackson event. The Jackson-Madison County School System's Chief Innovation Officer, Dr. Teresa McSweeney, was one of the honorees.
It's an incredible honor to have been nominated. I feel like I'm standing among incredibly great leaders within our city. I just do my job, and I just believe in students.
Teresa is passionate about this city and the future of our youth. She has worked to help reimagine the way students learn in this school district and has had a big part in the Melissa's Innovation Center that will open this August.
Our superintendent, Dr. Marlon King, has a vision for innovation in education. So he created the Department of Innovation, and I'm honored to be able to lead that initiative.
The 31 influential women of Jackson received gift bags from local businesses and a celebratory lunch. Mayor Scott Conger shared with 39 News why this annual event is so important.
There's no one that I know of that hasn't been impacted by influence of a woman. And so our city, our county, our community would not be where it is today without strong, driven, influential women that continue to drive the way.
The history of women's contributions to society will be celebrated all month long. Mecca Jarman, 39 News, Jackson.
Well, it is almost time to set those clocks ahead. Meteorologist Todd Nelson tells us what to expect for this slightly shorter weekend. Todd.
Hi there, thanks. Yeah, we are expecting some isolated showers and thunderstorms overnight tonight. They may linger through the first half of the day tomorrow, but then some slow clearing into Sunday. Definitely looking a little bit brighter and better by Sunday with temperatures into the mid-50s. And again, that's pretty close to where we should be. Don't forget this weekend we do have the time change. So Saturday night we spring ahead 1 hour. That means we lose an hour of sleep, but more sunlight later in the day. And we'll have more details coming up in a few minutes.
Daylight savings time is approaching, and many people will be more tired during the day due to a lost hour of sleep in darker mornings. The AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety has issued a drowsy driver warning. Drowsiness can impair a person's driving and put them at risk of an accident. Becky Fly, a former school teacher, shared with 39 News that the positive side to daylight saving time is the sun setting later, which helps with her daytime driving. But there is a downside as well.
When I was a teacher, I had to be at school at 7 o'clock, and it was very jarring when daylight savings time began, because you would wake up and you go, oh no, I've overslept. So it was very jarring for a couple of weeks in the morning.
The AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety suggests that people try to get extra sleep during this period of time change, travel with an alert partner if driving long distances, and never underestimate the power of a quick nap. Attention job seekers, a career fair is coming your way Tuesday, March 19th at Liberty Technology High School from 3 p.m. until 6. It'll be located at 3470 Ridgecrest Road, exit in Jackson. Jackson Madison County School is hiring for several positions. You can go to NBC39.com for more information. President Biden delivering a fiery State of the Union address covering several themes, including improving the economy, reproductive rights, and preserving democracy. Bree Jackson is in Washington with more on the president's speech and the Republican response.
The state of our union is strong and getting stronger.
President Biden delivering a fiery message during Thursday night's State of the Union address, warning of threats overseas.
If anybody in this room thinks Putin will stop at Ukraine, I assure you he will not.
The president calling on Congress to approve aid for Ukraine to defend itself, while also calling out challenges to our country.
History is watching, just like history watched 3 years ago on January 6th. When insurrectionists stormed this very Capitol and placed a dagger to the throat of American democracy.
President Biden touting his successes while drawing a sharp contrast between his policies and the GOP's on issues like a woman's right to choose.
Those bragging about overturning Roe v. Wade have no clue about the power of women, but they found out.
U.S. Senator Katie Britt delivering an intense Republican response.
The American dream has turned into a nightmare for so many families. Our families are hurting. Our country can do better.
She blasted the president on issues like the economy and crime.
From our small towns to America's most iconic city streets, life is getting more and more dangerous. President Biden's border policies are a disgrace. This crisis is despicable.
Dueling speeches at a pivotal moment in the presidential race. It's now down to a rematch between President Biden and his predecessor, former President Trump. And during his State of the Union address, President Biden drew contrast between him and former President Trump, but did not mention Trump's name, only referring to his predecessor. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
The U.S. economy generated 275,000 jobs in February. That's according to figures released today from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The number easily surpassed the 198,000 that economists predicted for the month and the 229,000 jobs created in January. Unemployment currently sits at 3.9%. Despite the rosy figures, though, some economists see some warning signs in the labor market. Mark Zandi of Moody's Analytics tells CNBC that in many industries, hours worked have been cut back and temporary jobs have also been reduced. The U.S. House passed the Laken-Riley Act yesterday that would require the detention of any migrant who commits a nonviolent crime such as burglary or theft. Republicans named the bill after Laken Riley, a college student in Georgia who was allegedly killed by a man who entered the country illegally. The bill passed the chamber 251 to 170, with 37 Democrats voting with the Republicans. Now, some Democrats say this is simply the Republicans exploiting Riley's death for a partisan political stunt. It's not yet known, though, if this bill will get a vote in the Democrat-controlled Senate. Former U.S. Representative George Santos, who was expelled from Congress in December and faces federal charges of defrauding donors to his 2022 campaign, has made a big announcement. He's running for the House again. Santos made the announcement after attending President Joe Biden's State of the Union address and then mingling with former colleagues who voted to kick him out of Congress. Santos, a Republican who was just the sixth member to be ousted by fellow House members, posted Thursday night on X that he will challenge Republican Representative Nick LaLota. He represents a different district on New York's Long Island from the one Santos represented before he was expelled. Your complete weekend forecast is coming up next. Plus, TikTok trying to mobilize its users against a bill moving through Congress that could ban the controversial but widely used app. That story coming up.
Are you sick and tired of the same old news? Car wrecks, crime, and all that's wrong? You know, the bad news that leaves you depressed. Well, change the channel to 39. Each weeknight at 6, 9, and 10. 39 News offers a fresh outlook on our local news. Yes, you'll get the big stories, but you'll also get local reports that are positive. Stories that profile the people, businesses, and groups making our communities better. Watch the other station at 5, and then change the channel to 39 News at 6, 9, and 10. You can find NBC 39 on JEA Cable Channels 4 and 204, Spectrum Channels 15 and 715, Dish and Direct Satellite Channel 6, and One Tennessee on Channels 5 and 205. The only local news each night at 9 is on CW 39. Watch on JEA Channels 21 and 221, Spectrum Channels 2 and 713, and One Tennessee on Channels 2 and 230. Watch positive local news only on 39 News. This is home.
Now, 39 News weather. This is home for your forecast.
Just a reminder, we have the time change this weekend. Saturday night, we spring ahead 1 hour, which means Sunday we are going to lose an hour of sleep, but the trade-off is that we have later sunset, so that'll be nice, and you'll certainly notice that into next week. But again, the time change this weekend. Tonight, we will have a couple of areas of rain and maybe a few claps of thunder. Nothing significant in terms of rainfall. Showers end early Saturday, and then we'll have some clearing late, and then it will be a little bit cooler for Saturday into Sunday versus what we had this week. But next week, it turns warmer once again, and also a little more unsettled by the second half of the week. Temperatures, though, this month have been extremely mild. In fact, nearly 12 degrees above average, not only locally, but basically east of the Rockies. Anything orange and red indicating above average temperatures. A little more active with some rain and snow out west, so that's why temperatures there have been cooler than average through the first 7 days of the month. As we look out into the middle part of the month, we're going to have warmer than average temperatures continuing. It also looks like our precip is going to be above average in terms of the potential above average, and seeing some decent rain chances again late next week. But overnight tonight, some showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. Temperatures kind of hovering right around that 60-degree mark through midnight, but then tomorrow morning we'll wake up to 51, and that's quite a bit above average. 37 is our average overnight low, and not a whole lot of warming. Again, 53 is all we'll see, with that rain and thunder chance ending in the morning and then clearing out late. So Saturday night into Sunday, clear skies, some sunshine, but temperatures again will be closer to average by Sunday. Saturday, a little bit breezy, 20, 25-mile-an-hour winds, especially early on. And as I mentioned, that rainfall potential by the end of next week could be a little bit more substantial. We're getting indications of maybe some 1+ inch rainfall amounts at that point. Tonight and through the first part of the day tomorrow, if we see a couple of tenths of an inch of rain, that'll be about it. You should notice the light rain chances do hang on through midday tomorrow before everything shifts east. And then we see that clearing Saturday night, bringing us some sunshine by Sunday. And there's our rain through this weekend. Again, maybe a couple of tenths of an inch. That'll be about it. Temperatures tomorrow morning, though, right around 50 degrees. And that's quite a bit above average for this time of the year. Northwesterly winds midday around 20-25 miles per hour. And again, not a whole lot of warming. So we're going to be into the mid 50s with perhaps a few more peaks of sunshine late into the day. Time now for a weekend Discovery forecast brought to us by Discovery Park of America. 51 on Saturday in Union City. We'll add a few more degrees on Sunday. At least the winds will be a little lighter. We'll have more sunshine, so that'll be nicer. And again, Saturday, not a great day, but most of that rain will be done by midday or so. Warming up into next week, 70s possible by Wednesday.
Here's another game show flashback from NBC 39, your game show HQ.
I'm Mr. TV Classic Steve Beverly. 60 years ago, Alan Ludden brought us the lightning round and those one-word clues on Password. It became the granddaddy of all of the word games on television. Now, every day on NBC 39, Meredith Vieira continues the tradition with 25 words or less. She and her contestants, they compete for the big money every day. So watch it right here every day on NBC 39.
Watch 25 Words or Less weekdays from 3 to 4 on NBC 39, right after Family Feud, and followed by Person, Place, or Thing on NBC 39.
Break-in computer. Hack.
You got it, guys.
25 words or less.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. This is stressful. Who invented this game?
Every weekday. 25 Words or Less on NBC 39.
A bill on Capitol Hill is threatening to ban TikTok because of security concerns, but the move is also igniting a social media firestorm with many users speaking out against it. Brian Chung takes a closer look.
The government is currently trying to ban TikTok.
It's an all-out blitz.
She does vote yes. I will not be voting for her in the primaries, and I will write in a different candidate.
TikTokers taking to their cell phones to literally call on Congress to shoot down a bill that could effectively ban the wildly popular app. The rallying cry coming directly from TikTok itself. Pop-ups on the app urging users to speak up now, and warning if passed, the proposed bill would destroy the livelihoods of countless creators. Anna Jones in Montana sells handmade metalworks on TikTok and says she's going to call.
What are you going to ask your congressperson to do actionably?
Advocate for the small businesses.
But Democrats and Republicans are on the same page in a 50-0 vote, advancing a bill on Wednesday that would force Chinese company ByteDance to sell TikTok within 6 months, citing national security concerns.
China is at war with us, and they use TikTok as a weapon.
If ByteDance fails to sell, the app will be banned nationwide. TikTok concerned about being able to divest that quickly, while in a statement characterizing the legislation as a total ban. The chief concern, critics say, protecting U.S. data from the Chinese government, which TikTok has repeatedly denied.
ByteDance is not owned or controlled by the Chinese government. It's a private company.
For creators like Anna Jones, the concerns are real.
I just feel like losing TikTok will just it'll have everything go downhill, and I don't want to lose my business.
Brian Chung with that story. Up next, tired of swiping? How some dating apps are using AI to try and set you up with your perfect match. We'll look at the ideas behind it after the break. Could artificial intelligence find the person of your dreams? Could be so. Well, new AI-driven dating apps are streamlining the process of weeding through all those profiles to find the people you actually want to date. Valerie Castro explains.
Artificial intelligence now taking some of the guesswork out of dating, using how you speak and how you look to zero in on that perfect match.
I focus on true attraction, the magical spark you feel when meeting someone special.
Iris Dating uses the science of physical attraction, that take your breath away moment when you spot a potential mate.
So that's instinctive reaction, which you can say it's in our DNA. When attraction is present, almost nothing else matters.
The AI algorithm uses stock photos to find out which features you find attractive.
In phase 1, I'll show you random photos. Rate them as like or pass.
Then it predicts which real person you might match with after learning your preferences. The app's creator says it currently has around 3 million active users. For Blake and Maria, these profile photos sealed the deal.
I swiped and it said instant match.
Which means that I had already liked him.
It took 1 day. That's all it took, 1 day. And I found the person that I cannot live without.
That was 3 years ago. Now they're married and parents to baby Connor.
Once you set your preferences, it's pretty accurate and it gives you a few good options. So why not try it?
We're about finding a real person who happens to be, a person of your dreams.
Another app, Volar, with about 2,000 active users, applies the language of love to find your most compatible partner. But that first virtual date is not between you and another person, it's between your AI versions.
In that process of onboarding, it creates an AI version of you that will then go on dates with other people's AIs.
Founder Ben Chang hoping Volar cuts out that awkward getting to know you phase.
It just tries to talk like you. So how you text, are you serious or are you more casual? Do you use abbreviations? Do you use emojis? After that, it's all on you. You need to talk to another human.
A recent survey by Cosmo and Bumble of 5,000 singles ages 18 to 42 found 72% agree that while AI can be helpful in dating apps, there is no replacement for human connection.
What were traditional dating apps missing that you thought AI needs to have a role in this to make this easier?
I think that dating apps, the last revolution was on photos, which is great. But what it's missing is real connection and chemistry between people.
The matchmaker may be artificial, but the outcome for some, real life, genuine relationships. Valerie Castro, NBC News.
We'll have a look at what's in theaters this weekend coming up next.
Here's another game show flashback from NBC 39, your game show HQ.
I'm Steve Beverly, Mr. TV Classics. 45 years ago, Gene Wood said for the first time, on your mark, let's start the Family Feud. And Richard Dawson came out and said, our survey said. Well, now the tradition continues because Steve Harvey continues in that role every day as families from all over America try to compete for the big jackpot at the end. So, see if you are in the same boat with the families on Family Feud.
Watch Family Feud 3 times a day at 2, 5, and 6:30 on NBC 39, your game show HQ.
Name an animal the wife doesn't mind her husband calling her.
How about piggy?
Fella, don't do that. Piggy! Oh.
Family Feud.
The reviews are in. Advertisers are loving their commercials from WNBJ 39. Join other businesses that are choosing to advertise on WNBJ 39 and see the difference. West Tennessee's newest television station is now the #1 place for satisfied advertisers. Call today and see how good we can make your business look.
All right, sure, this weekend is an hour shorter than usual, but there's still time to catch a good movie. This weekend at the Humboldt Plaza 3, you can see the debut of Kung Fu Panda 4 as Po returns to face a new foe. There's also critically acclaimed sci-fi epic Dune 2. Ordinary Angels is based on the true life story of a woman rallying a community to help a sick child. And the next 2 episodes of The Chosen are on the big screen. Episodes 7 and 8 from season 4 tell the next chapters in the popular television show dramatizing the life of Jesus. Thanks so much for joining us for 39 News tonight. Please have a wonderful, peaceful, and safe weekend.
Follow us online, like us on Facebook, and visit our website, WNBJTV.com.